Okay, it's good to see you all today, and we're gonna do some kitchen stuff. Today I'm gonna make a southern fried cabbage. I never made it before, but I'll give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Now it calls for a bell pepper, but I'm gonna use a poblano because I like poblanos better, and a red bell. I'm gonna rinse my vegetables first. And I've already actually rinsed them once. Let's give them another real quick rinse. And I've got a cabbage here. This is kind of hard to do one-handed, but I'm going to try to fix this here. Got a cabbage. We'll get it all cleaned up. And next I'm going to go ahead and cut up these veggies. Got my trusty chef's knife, my shun. And I'm not a chef, so don't get too angry at my knife skills, because I'm kind of playing this by ear. So I think I'm going to cut this center piece out of here, and then I'm going to slice this into really thin slices. I think I'm only going to cut up half of this pepper. Holly doesn't have a big appetite today, and honestly I'm not sure if I do. So let me grab a Ziploc. I'll be right back. Alright, I got a Ziploc, and I'll put the remainder of the pepper in there. So we have it for later. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the poblano. I'm going to cut out the middle of the poblano. Pull the seeds. We don't need those. And I'll probably do the same thing, only use about half of it. I did not sharpen my knife before I started cooking. I'm starting to think I should have. But and as everybody who's ever cooked knows, prepping is the longest, most monotonous part of it all. I'm going to use a little more than half of that pepper. Okay. Put that in the Ziploc as well. Save it for another moment. And I still have this onion from a different time when we needed onion. I'm going to go ahead and slice it. Get rid of this end here. And just slice up this onion into some slices. Not too skinny. And also not too big. I'm going to go ahead and just cut all those right in half so they're half that size, and I'll chop up the rest of this. Okay, I got these veggies here, and they'll go into a bowl. I'll just throw them all in the bowl because I'm going to put them in to the cook all at the same time. So I was able to get a half a cabbage at our local fruit stand. I'm going to go ahead and just cut this whole front face of this cabbage real thin, but just cut it off and get rid of it. Underneath a nice fresh cabbage. Go ahead and cut this piece out here. That's the stem. It usually cuts out pretty easily right down to the core, you should be able to pull that out. Just like that. Cut this in half. And then I'm just going to shred this cabbage. Just like that. They don't have to be too thin. Just cut them all. And I'm going to cut those into thirds. So we have like chunks of cabbage. I'm going to go ahead and put this cabbage in another bowl. So we got the peppers and onions in one, and we got the cabbage in another. I think I'm going to go ahead and just make all of this and cut this up too. Pieces there about that size, and that's good. I've got some bacon here. This is 170 grams of bacon. It's a small pack. I'm glad they sell them this way here. I've never seen them sold this small of a pack in the States. It doesn't have to be super great bacon. It's just regular old bacon. So yeah, here we go. Show you how to cut these up. This is pretty simple. You're going to take them and you're going to cut them into about 3/8, ½ inch, somewhere in there. And just cut up the whole mess. We don't have too many bowls, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the glass pan just to store it until I'm ready to use it. I have one kielbasa sausage that we got at Costco. Cut up this kielbasa. Not too thin, again, not too thick. Becomes a very big cabbage, fried cabbage if I try to eat it myself. Again, I'll just take it and put it right into the glass pan. A little bit separate from the bacon because I'm going to put the bacon in first and then fry up some of the sausage. So I got my Dutch oven, and I'm going to go ahead and set the burner to probably a medium, just below medium. Let this get nice and warm. I know there's some debate on how to cook bacon. Do you put it straight in when the pan is cold, or do you wait till it's warm? I'm not going to let my pan get real hot, but I'm going to let it warm up a little, and then I'll throw the bacon in there. It's my intention to go ahead and render it down and take some of that the fat and use it for cooking the vegetable part. Okay, I think my pan is a little bit warm. I wouldn't say it's hot yet, but it's warm. So I'm going to go ahead and put the, very simple, so that's good. Go ahead and put the bacon in there. That starts to move around a little bit. Maybe I'll turn down just a little bit more. I'm new to this, but I'm doing it. I wouldn't say I'm new to cooking. I cook some things. There's some things that I cook really good, and I'm known for cooking. People have asked me to cook. My pulled pork is hot here. Pulled pork, but this is different. I've never made this before. So, okay, so after we start cooking the bacon for a few, and it starts to crisp up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add the sausages in. Just throw those in. They're like pre-cooked, so they don't take as long to get cooked. But we're still going to get the bacon crisp up a little more. those sausages nice and cooked. Bacon's almost crisp. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and remove these from the heat and put them up over in the glass pan here just to wait till we need them again. Medium low. Time for the onions and the peppers. I'm gonna go ahead and put those in there. We'll let those cook for a few minutes. So let's just get good and cook here for a second. I have this Cajun spice that I made earlier. It's got cayenne. Well, I had to substitute cayenne because I couldn't find cayenne, so we used crushed red peppers and so I used cayenne. I didn't use cayenne. I used red peppers, flakes, and we ground them up really well. It's got a little salt, some pepper, some garlic, onion powder, what else? Some oregano, some thyme, and I think garlic powder, onion powder. Did I say that? Basil. It's got some basil in there. So yeah, nice little mix of some stuff, and we'll be throwing that in here in a minute. Ah, there we go. I cranked that fire up just a little more. Yeah, smelling good. Smells good. Right about now is the time I'm going to toss in some garlic chunks, dried garlic. You could use minced garlic from a jar or mince it yourself. Might even be better. I've already got it, and it's almost a tablespoon and a half. I wanted it to be pretty garlicky, so we'll go ahead and get that in there. Let that start cooking up a little bit. Now this is rendering. Smells wonderful in here. Wish y'all could smell it. I'm going to go and put in about half of my seasonings. That's most of the herbs. That's half the seasonings there. And just mix those in real nice and good. So everything's all seasoned together. Turn this flame down a little. Go ahead and dump all of the meat in there. Mix that all together wonderfully. Boy, that looks good by itself. Now I'm going to take the cabbage, whole bowl of cabbage, and I'm going to toss it in there. That's how much I'm putting in there. A little bit less than that, maybe. I think that's how much I'm putting in there. And I'm going to go ahead and just do that. I'm going to take just a little bit of some olive oil and just drizzle it over the top a little bit. And then I'm going to mix it all together. Well, again, because I don't have 14 hands, I didn't get to film me mixing it together, but it's all mixed up together, and I'm going to go ahead and put this lid on it. And I'm going to let it sit there on low setting for 10-15 minutes, and I'll give it a stir and we'll see where we're at. I did go ahead and pour the rest of the seasoning on there before I mixed it. Go ahead and check on this and give it a quick stir. Starting to fry it nicely on the bottom. Very nice. Give it a good stir and then go ahead. We want all that cabbage get rendered down to where it's almost soft. So I think normally I would just leave the lid on it and let it cook, but the burner is pretty small under there, so it's only like hitting the center. I think I'm going to go ahead and stir it one more time. Should be getting close. Starting to look good, really good. The cabbage is getting rendered down, but it's not quite there. give it another really good mix. Just take the stuff from the bottom and kind of move it to the top. The stuff is on the top. Down the bottom. Then put these seasonings and stuff back in there. Let it sit for another 5 minutes maybe, and I think it will be ready. Okay, it's been a few minutes. I think I'm going to go ahead and test this cabbage and just see if it's still crunchy or where it's at. There we go. Just a couple more minutes. A couple more and then we'll be done. I think I forgot to tell you I put black pepper in there, but black pepper was one of the spices. But I do think that this is just about ready, and I'm going to start serving it up here in just a second. Go ahead and turn off this burner. Look at that. This looks pretty good. Got some bacon, some sausage, and some peppers, and some cabbage, and some spices and stuff. If you like it. If you don't like it, don't eat any of it. Alright, gonna go ahead and try this and see how it tastes. Looks pretty good. It's got the sausage and the bacon, and let's try to get a little bit of everything in there. Oh, poblano. Come on, poblano. There we go. That looks like it's got a little bit of everything in that bite. Pretty good. Now, I'm not a huge fan of cabbage, but I think I found how I like it made. Yeah, not bad at all. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this bowl of cabbage here. Well, this turned out pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. And Holly said she thought it was pretty good, even though she's not feeling well. She's like, yeah, it's pretty good. And she's had a few bites, but we'll see if she finishes. But I just wanted to say that, yeah, the meal was great and cheap. Like, really, it was like 10 bucks for dinner for the both of us. So there's going to be a bit more cooking at home in the future, and we'll see how many of them we decide to film. And thanks for watching. Come back and let's talk about Vallarta often. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. You know where it's at. It's in the YouTube app right underneath the screen. Little like button. Go ahead and click it. And thanks for watching. See you later.